All right, welcome to the Loaded Cannon. And what do we say? What do we say about that game? It's one of those games where I feel like it will split some of the fan base, because there'll be a lot of people out there that will be taking the view that Brighton are a really good team. They're performing really well. They did dominate us, and people will be turning around and saying that that's a sign of a good team when you don't play well. And the sign of a good team is when you don't play well and win. But, also when you don't lose. Because, Arsenal, I guess I have to be honest, if anyone deserved to win, it was Brighton. That's not to say that Brighton deserved to win, because ultimately you still got to put your chances away. A lot of the time people separate finishing from the overall performance and then say that, the team deserved to win. You don't deserve to win if you don't finish your chances. And that's what Brighton did today. But overall, we have to face it that they were better. And that's why I say if any team deserved to win, then yes, it was Brighton. But, where do I stand on that result? How do I feel about it? For me, I think I'm disappointed. I wanted to see a lot more from Arsenal, because whilst we weren't great on the ball, you can kind of have a bit of a bad day on the ball sometimes. But we had too many big players underperforming today, and off the ball, I don't think we had the intensity that Brighton brought into the game. So let's talk about the players that I kind of feel like just did not step up today. And let me know in the comments who you think the players were that you would have liked to see more from, and whether you agree with my three. And my three are Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Aubameyang. I really was disappointed, because they're all what I would call in our team leaders, really. I mean, yes, you could say that we might not have leaders like Tony Adams, but I'm not talking about those sorts of leaders. They're very few and far between. I'm talking about in this group of players who are our leaders. Martin Odegaard, I said in my match reaction against Tottenham that I can see why he is a leader for his country. The way he leads by example, the way he presses, his work rate, I think it really is sort of sets such a good example. But he was not at it today, not on the ball, not off the ball. He was very poor, and that's fine. I'm not going to get on Martin Odegaard's back, because I think since this season has started, or since he's started playing for us this season again, he's been really good. But yeah, just not his day. I don't think that with Martin Odegaard, it's ever a case of him not applying himself. I do think that he's an honest, hard-working professional, just not his day. And Mikel Arteta did the right thing by taking him off. Then the next one, Aubameyang. Boy, this was an abject performance by him. Really awful. And it's crazy, because you go from week to week. And last week, I was saying that not only did he channel his inner Thierry Henry with the celebration, but he channeled his inner Duncan Ferguson in his aerial ability, the way he was winning aerial duels. Where was that today? Today, every part of his game deserted him. He really, to me, I like Eddie Nketiah, right? But there was clearly a time where his confidence had taken a hit, where things just weren't working for him. That's what I saw from Aubameyang today. I saw a really poor performance, devoid of confidence. And I'm thinking, well, how has that happened? Because you've just come off a brilliant, complete striker's performance in the North London derby, where you've gone and got yourself a goal. I was very surprised at his performance today. And again, Mikel Arteta, at least he noticed it. At least he got it right in bringing Lacazette on. But unfortunately, when we look at those two subs, Pepe and Lacazette, they just did not do enough to change the game. And that was a reflection of Brighton's dominance. I'm not saying that they came on and I'm blaming them for Arsenal not winning the game, but Brighton was so good. I almost feel like just tactically and in terms of desire and fight, they were so much better than Arsenal today. And I know some people will say, look, they had their first shot on target, what was it, 80th minute? That's not a reflection of the game. If you're going to look at the stats, I would point to the fact that they, I think, had more than double the amount of tackles that we had. That's what I'm talking about. It was Brighton off the ball. This is where they won the game today, albeit it was a draw. Anyway, back to the third player that was very poor today was Thomas Partey. And, he's been good this season. Let's get it straight. He's been very good this season. Today, he was just not very good. And the thing that frustrated me more than anything, you might as well finish my sentence here, his long-range shooting. I know for sure you guys would have noticed that as well. What is he doing? We had a free kick, 35 yards away from goal after being peppered by Brighton in the first half. Why are you trying to shoot from there? Any Thomas Partey stands out there, please tell me, how many times has Thomas Partey scored a free kick from 30 yards plus in his entire career? Never mind even just scoring from a direct free kick in his career. I don't know the stats, but from what I've seen at Thomas Partey at Arsenal, it can't be that many. So what are you doing trying to shoot from there? 3 shots today, all off target, from long range. I can remember 2 of them high, and then one of them on the floor that he tried to pass into the corner, which was the right shot to take. I'm not criticising him taking that shot, but again, off target. So when you rightfully take the shots on and you're still wasting those chances, what on earth makes you take the shots when there's no way in hell you should be taking them? Are you telling me we don't have a better set piece taker to whip the ball in the box and give us a proper chance? Play the percentages. That really frustrates me. If we were in the ascendancy and we felt like we're making chance after chance after chance, maybe I can kind of say, okay, I can forgive it. But when you're under pressure, Brighton battered us today, and they'll be gutted that they didn't win. So, look, for me, it was a very frustrating performance. Is it 1 point gained or 2 points dropped? Well, I have to say, based on the performance, it was 1 point gained, because Brighton really will be disappointed they didn't win the game. And Potter beat Arteta in the tactical battle. But all I can say is, look, Ramsdale, I don't know whether it was a mistake or whether he was fouled when he dropped the high ball and Brighton should have scored. Who knows? We would have gone to VAR anyway to check on a foul on the keeper. Maybe he wouldn't have counted. But for me, that was potentially Ramsdale's first mistake. But he more than made up for it later on in the second half, where he leapt with a brilliant dive across the goal to get a strong hand on the ball to take it away from Neal Maupay, because that was the last thing that we wanted. Neal Maupay scoring a goal against Arsenal yet again. So he dealt with that moment really well. And Tomiyasu, this was a difficult game for him. There were times where he clearly looked like he was up against it a little bit, and he didn't look his absolute best that we've seen from him so far. I still thought Sambi Lokonga played really well defensively. He was very diligent and very responsible, so I thought he did really well coming in as a very inexperienced player. Saka had some moments. Emile Smith-Rowe, he seems sort of impervious to the struggle, and he always manages to add value to the team and carry the ball forward and give us some territorial benefit in his style of play. So I thought he did well as well. But really, there's not that much else. Ben White a bit loose here and there. Gabriel not as good as he was last week. None of the players were really. But look, clean sheet. We didn't lose the game. It would have been very frustrating. It's our first draw of the season. And I can't complain too much, because this is what I predicted. I predicted it would be a draw. Anyway, look, we move on. We just need to try and make sure that all of those conversations about our Arsenal turning a corner, that we can try and continue those by winning our next game. And this is just a blip in us turning that corner. We move on.